What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Tower Journey. Version 25 was just released a couple days ago. We're going to look through the patch notes today, talk about some of the things that came up, some things that are exciting for this stage of the game for me, and maybe for you as well. And we'll look in to see how the progress report is going and some of the things I'm working towards. So if we go over here, we can see that, hey, fun fact, I got the gold badge for coming top 6 in a gold tournament recently. So I received this badge, increasing my critical factor by 5%. That's awesome. Pumped about that. Going over to the news is where we got our patch notes. The update came up live on Friday, and it's live now. Card Mastery is now a thing. You can see that on Tier 16 Wave 100 is where you get access to start Card Mastery. You have to have owned all the cards already, clear Wave 100 on Tier 16, and it looks like stones are what's going to be used to upgrade Card Mastery. So I'm definitely not at that point in the game. I'm definitely getting closer each day, but not there yet. It'll be exciting to see how Card Mastery kind of functions and what some of the benefits are. Seeing that they're using stones, it makes sense that something they also updated is under the tournaments. They had a lot of changes to tournaments, and one of those changes is that there will be a greater number of stones given for the placements that you come in, which is awesome and makes sense considering you now need the stones to purchase more things than just ultimate weapons and ultimate weapon upgrades. They'll now also be used for this Card Mastery. So good on the developers for recognizing that by creating more ways to use stones, they also needed to create greater amounts of stones to be earned on a regular basis. And so that's awesome. Working out well for me so far. I just completed my first tournament in the Platinum League, came like 22nd or something, which is not overly impressive, but impressive enough to earn 50 stones, which gave me a huge boost as I'm looking to collect my next ultimate weapon at 800 stones. So we are really close at 600 already. Looking at tournaments, they've also added a Legends League, which is awesome. I'm super far away from that, but it will be good to, that's great that they've added that additional level of league. Changing the rewards, copper and silver are now protected tiers. I think this is a good improvement. It means you can't have people come down and just absolutely decimate in those leagues. So it's protected. The lowest you can go is gold, and once you complete copper, you can't go back down. Once you complete silver, you can't go back down. I do like this boss battle condition is permanent. And so depending on the league you're in will tell you which number of waves the boss will show up on. The max, it'll start at 10 and then work its way down, where if you're in Platinum, it will work its way down to 7, a boss every 7 waves, and then that's just where it stops. And so each battle condition, there's now more battle conditions based on the tier of battle you are in or tournament you're in, and some of those are going to be permanent conditions and others of them will fluctuate, which is good. So the Death Defier Energy Shield battle condition is permanent for all leagues Platinum and up, and then the bosses as well. What we also see is that the battle conditions are adjusted so that there's 1 in silver, 2 in gold, 3 in platinum, and 4 in champion, and 5 in legends. So depending on the league you're in or the tournament you're in, you'll have more battle conditions, and that will be good. Tiers will be given to both players for the better reward. That's awesome. So you can technically tie for 8th place, but be showing in 10th, and you'll get the 8th place reward. I think that makes a lot of sense. That's good. Tournament relics have been updated as well. And tournament tickets will increase in price. That's fine. No issues there. And so other than that, the next big thing is that there is these keys that will be given out in the new league, and they will give power and harmony related buffs. And it is locked until you get 1 key. So that for a lot of the players, that's not going to affect much, but once you get to that legend leagues, that is a benefit that you get to look forward to, which will buff your tower and your harmony, which can help you get further into the tiers. So these all make sense for upper echelon players. It's good that they're continuing to put out new stuff for the upper players to be continuing to chase and pursue, and not just focusing solely on new players. I think that this update gives a lot of general gameplay to more individuals, and it really is useful for those mid to end game players who are really who needed more things to kind of engage with the game. Some other changes that they talk about is there's now 2 additional daily box rewards. That's excellent. That's going to just amplify new players. Will be able to grow faster than old players were able to do. I think that's great. New missions have been added. And then there'll be, on the first day of the event, there'll now be an additional 2 missions for that event, which is great as well. Some general changes, not a whole lot has been changed to the ultimate weapons. One thing I think is really great is that the song bonuses now do give coin bonuses. Scatter can no longer go through the wall. That was an issue for a lot of people with the wall. Vampires will drain will no longer resets the take no damage event mission. That's pretty key for new players. For anyone who's a few months into the game and farming tier 1, you're going to have no problem with that anyways if your defense absolute is high enough. But for new players, that's going to be really useful. And then other than that, they did a little bit of ultimate weapon buff to the inner landmines, basically just saying that inner landmines will now function the way it was supposed to. And there was some just slight changes to how various things will operate in the game. One of the things that I am interested in understanding is the cinematic mode that they talked about in this as well, and just what that means. Some other big things that came out was around resuming rounds. So this is nice that it used to be that if you didn't complete 10 rounds, your wave would automatically be canceled. That's no longer a thing. Tournaments can only be resumed while online. That makes sense. And you can now resume around 25 times, which is great. Lab screen, this is definitely a lot of things they did to the lab, which is neat. They added a lot of history. That will be really useful for people who want to know what they've done recently. Lab selections can be collapsed. That's awesome. Individual labs can be favorited. This is a really cool feature. And favorited labs show up even if they're complete. So if you want to just, sesh one, or you like some labs that you want to get to, you can favorite them. And then you don't forget which ones you were hoping to complete next. The number of levels in the lab can be seen on the lab info panel. Very useful. I know a lot of people were asking for that, so that's good. New toggle exists to auto research labs. This is key if your lab's going to finish during an evening or during a time when you can't be on the game. You can click the button that just auto does the next update of the lab or the next level of the lab, assuming you have enough coins for it. This can be really useful, like I said, if a lab is going to finish partway through the night or through a time when you can't be on the game to get that next one going. And therefore, you can keep your research time constant, which is really cool. Next, you can also remove a lab. I thought this was really neat. You can be doing a lab, you can pause it and do a different lab, and it will tell you the amount of time remaining. So I'm going to just go to my labs right now. You'll see that I have one offline. Workshop utility I have on this auto queue, so it will just keep redoing it. Same with the coins per kill bonus. And then what we can do is if I go here, you can search for a lab, which is cool. So I'm going to type in bot, and it will bring me to the bots. And you can see in the highlighted in green here, I've done some of the Golden Bot lab, and I can complete it. And there's 2 hours and 2 hours and 1 minute remaining. And this is the first of 25 levels that you can see there. Up on this side, I can put on the star to make that one that I've favorited, and then it will show up as a favorited, or I can unfavorite there. So if I continue to research that, you can see that it's just going to complete the last 2 hours and 1 minute that I had remaining on that lab when I switched it out. I think that's a pretty neat thing. You also see a new feature here where you can click on this drop arrow on the top right, and now it shows you all your currencies that you have in one place, which can be really convenient as well to just know where you are at. So coming back here, homepage not much has changed. Like you can see, the weekly challenge now has 35 challenge complete boxes, so from 5 up to 35, and the missions are still listed here because the mission gets reset today at the turn of the game clock. I always like to leave my missions here ready to claim so that as soon as the clock turns over to the next day, I can finish the next 2 missions I get and then immediately get that first box, which just gives me some extra coins and gems to be able to spend. So in terms of that, the update was pretty awesome. It's been fun to kind of parse through what that looks like and track it out. I know that the players will continue to figure out how to play with the new restrictions and opportunities that come with the game, and I'll share those with you as I learn them as well. So just a quick progress report for where we're at. I have unlocked the 13th card slot. Very excited about that. Oh, you can also see another new update here where you can now buy 10 cards for 200 gems. That's a nice feature because if you're saving up to 200 gems, you don't want to click the button 10 times. Now you can just click it once and you're good to go. So on my cards, I am now just buying cards until I complete the common cards and also get Energy Net. I'm still missing it. And we are having a bit of a competition here on the page. So comment in the section which one of these common cards you think I'm going to gold box first. You can see that I think it is my health regen card at 17 of 32, which would get me up to a 7-star card, and maybe that's it. You can let me know in the comments which one you think. Not much has changed here. On my workshop, I have purchased a few more health and defense upgrades since the last one. My goal right now is to get to a point where I have spent, if I look here, I have done workshop upgrades of 9 billion coins spent. Once I get that in the 10 to 12 billion range, I will probably do a respec, and then I will put a bunch more gold coins into health bonus. And just because I'm trying to get that a little bit higher to dig further into the waves. The main thing I'm working on though is getting stones and just trying to keep some consistency with the amount of coins I get per run that I do. Speaking of which, I did have a huge tier 1 run and brought in 272 million coins, which is definitely my PR. And this last week I was also able to push further into tier 11 and tier 10, which was awesome. So those are some of the things that are going on under the event currently happening. I have gotten the Acorn and not able to do the Energy Net one. Death Defy and Package Recovery critical hits are ones that I'm working on presently, but I'm not too worried about those. I am going to likely get the Scarf. Under the event shop, we were given a new theme, new relics, which is great. And then what I did is I noticed I could respec. The first respec on your bots is actually free, and it was like 1,200 event medals that I had. So what I did was I respec'd that, and I got Golden Bot. I bought one upgrade for each of it, so duration, cooldown, bonus, and range. And then I also purchased the songs because each one was a 0.6% coin bonus, which is pretty great. It makes sense because the tower theme is worth 150 gems and it's a 0.4. The background's 250 and it was 0.8. And so each one of these songs was 200 mission medals and it's 0.6. So it falls right in line with how much coins per coin or event medals per coin bonus comes. I also purchased the 2 levels of the gem packages and 1 of the stone package. Once I have a few hundred medals saved up, I might get another stone package just to get me a little bit closer to my ultimate weapon. As I mentioned, I am hoping to get that next ultimate weapon in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully it's a death wave. But I'll show you here, I finished 23rd in the Platinum League after finishing 6th in the Gold League this last week. And so if I view prizes, here in the Gold League at 6th, I earned 150 gems and 40 stones, and finishing 23rd in the Platinum League earned me 125 gems and 50 stones. So that's going to be my goal, is just to get in that 16 to 24 rank. And hopefully that continues for me, but we'll see. It is a much harder tournament than the Gold League, and I just squeezed into the Gold League. I do imagine at some point I'll be demoted back down to Gold League, but I'm hoping to be able to clinch that 16th through 24th repetitively for the Platinum League, which will just get me that much closer to my ultimate weapon, which will hopefully be Death Wave, and therefore give me some good opportunity to extend my milestones. Other than that, not much else to discuss here in this video. Hope you enjoyed it and that you are enjoying the new version and all the features that come with it. And as we go, we will continue to check out the things that the game puts out and make sure that our tower journey is as strong as it can be, getting better week by week. We will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.